Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Intervention. So I know there's a lot of you who's constantly been asking, what is the purpose of karmic in your family, right? Or what's the purpose of karmics in general? And of course it differentiates, right? Family and personal intimate relationships are completely separate. But this one, and I think I made a video explaining about intimate relationships. Why are you in a karmic relationship? And it's not a bad thing that you are in a karmic relationship, although it's not good either, and it's not right when you are in an abusive intimate relationship with someone. But there's a reason for that. And I know that this world is very dark, twisted, and sometimes it could be, flopped one-sided, because again of the society that culturally, societal cultural way of how the society has brought humanity to revolutionize, but I want everyone who's guided to this video, who is curious about karmics in general and the purpose of it, the essence of why you're in a karmic relationship, why you're not satisfied. Why is it that when you're in a karmic relationship, whether it be intimate or family related or just friendship wise, you're always being left feeling dismayed, not content, even at times questioning yourself, what did I do to deserve this? Or, just asking yourself in general, like, why is my life like this? Why is it always like this, right? And I hope that this video will give clarity, and I guess my goal is for you to have peace of mind, because karmics is really meant to teach us something. But many of you may ask me, well, Aikz, you can't justify if someone hurts me abusively, emotionally, mentally, physically, even spiritually, like the feeling that that person just steps on your soul, and disregard everything of who you are and how you feel. You cannot justify, Aikz, that is right. Even though, yes, karmics are here in this world, in our life, to help us learn the things that we need to learn. But I do believe that learning is not more so for them. It's more so for you innerly. And this conversation is going to be a bit deep, because in this journey, I've come to realization that my twin and I, we were meant to learn the deeper things of why things are. And it's hard to do that when your mind, your heart, and your soul is so fixed on outcomes and is so fixed on your expectations. Because when your mind, your heart, and your soul and your spirit is focused on that, you'll overlook a lot of things, And one of the things you're gonna overlook is, do I really deserve this kind of relationship? You may realize that, no, it's not my fault. I'm not the abuser. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, of course nobody deserves pain. Nobody deserves heartbreak. Nobody deserves disappointment. But it's about having a higher vibration of awareness, conscious awareness of your identity, conscious awareness of your purpose here on earth, your purpose spiritually. Even to those that you protest, that you love, or that you would die for and give your life for. To other people, it's not enough. Just the thought of it, just saying it is not enough. It's the act of it, right? And that's where karma takes in. It's not so much of your values, your beliefs, your perspective of things. It's really the act of it. That's why karma is so important, because it's the saying, what goes around comes around, right? And then you wonder, why are you in a karmic relationship? Why are you always finding yourself in situations where you're in relationships that are completely unsatisfied and makes you feel uncontent, even the most horrible feeling, questioning yourself, do I deserve this? Yeah, you don't want to be put in that situation where you're feeling that. It's unpleasant to be put in that kind of situation where you are feeling all of this negative emotions, not so much toward the person, but so much toward your life, right? It's a different angle, is what I'm saying. And it takes a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of disappointment for you to get to that, to be able to look at things in a different angle and be able to realize that the people who did you wrong, whether it be family, friends, or, again, intimate relationship, it doesn't matter who. But no matter whoever done you wrong, however way, it's not so much of what they did. It's how you felt with what they did to you. And when you look at how you felt in what they did to you, what's the one thing that you are meant to learn in that karmic relationship based on what that person, what that soul has made you feel? The trauma, the agony, the heartbreak, the pain. And that's what you take with you in every life. I apologize with our air conditioner, it's on already. So if you guys have a hard time hearing me, I apologize. I'm outside. You guys may ask me, well, what if we do realize the deepness of the years invested, the time invested, of all that pain that this person has inflicted on me, and knowing that that's the purpose of a karmic relationship, is how that person has made me feel because of what that person chose to do. I don't believe that mistakes are just mistakes. Mistake, to me, in my opinion, as a divine feminine, I truly believe a mistake is not knowing, truly not knowing what you did, thinking that you didn't do anything wrong. There's a innocence to that, right? There's like this purity of innocence to that. But that's the whole seed of everything. What I mean by that's the whole seed of everything is because of that innocence. Because God did not create humanity to hurt each other. Because God doesn't even want to hurt us. So why would He bring humans to coexist with each other just to hurt each other? It's too bland, right? It's too how do I say this? It's like a shadow. It's a shadow that we don't see, right? As a divine feminine, with the light that God has given me, because every divine feminine has a different strength to their light, and every divine feminine, even every soul who God has gifted light, there's a different frequency to that. And it projects in your aura, it projects in your whole life in general, and how you adapt, how you coexist, with other humans. And in that coexistence, how do you handle experiences coexisting, regardless of the fact that you don't want to hurt anybody, and nobody deserves to be hurt, and yes, God did not create us to hurt each other, and God did not create us to be unsatisfied and not happy. But what's really that seed, right? It's like when you plant a tree, there's a purpose why you're planting a tree. Like, there's purposes why you plant certain plants, right? For the purpose of tomatoes, or the purpose of apples, right? Every plant is different. Every apple has a different purpose to it. An apple has a different purpose than a tomato. The same essential qualities, vitamins, minerals you would get in certain fruits and vegetables is not completely the same. They're not all exactly the same, right? Like, you cannot tell me that apples is the same as tomatoes. So it's like you gain all this realization through all this pain that you've been conflicted, and it's not so much of self-sabotaging, no. Because I know there's a lot of souls who have a hard time with that because, again, of the trauma, right? Well, let's say you went through PTSD, you have PTSD. Like our American troops who, fought war, and they coming back to their family with PTSD. It's the truth, right? So it's the same thing. You cannot tell me that a plant that's growing, whatever purpose that is an apple, or a mango, or a tomato, that plant did not go through pain. That plant did not go through patience, time that you cannot return, time that you cannot take back. But see, the difference between humans and plants is that we can think, and we can speak, and we can do our choice of what we want to do. That's the purpose of humanity. It's based on the choices that we make in life, and the choices that coexist with individuals in our life. People who cross our path, whether it be family, friends, or new acquaintances at work, they're all there for that purpose, that seed. Now, each person has a different seed. That's why each person has a different purpose in life. Just like a plant. Not every plant has the same purpose. So what am I trying to get at? We are brought in this life to make decisions and choices, not really based on our own or for ourselves necessarily, That's not the only purpose. But it's to also share love. What is love to you, right? Because every person has a different take on that. And you will always see that when a person talks about love, it's different for everybody. Because there are different languages of love. Just like there are different medicines and different plants, different fruits, right? You may have apple as a whole family, but there's different kinds of apples. They're all alike, right? Us humans, we're all alike. We have hands, we have feet, we can walk, we could talk, we could think, but we're not the same. So the seed that you have, I'm talking about really inner seed, something that you have brought with you in every life, and you didn't learn that lesson. So that's why the situation repeats again and again and again. And every time that soul and that spirit hurt you, you feel it 3 times deeper in every life. It goes up and up and up until your soul cannot take it anymore. And that's the danger. Why? You may ask me, what do you mean, Aikz? Why do you think people kill? Why do you think people commit suicide? Why do you think people end up in the mental institute? Do you think, oh, it's just because of that? It's just because they weren't brought up properly. It's because they were not showered love the way that they deserve. It's because society was mean to them. Because they were victims of bullies. Just like the child in Uvalde, Texas, elementary school. He shot innocent children. Am I to say that's right? No, it's not. It's unforgivable. To take innocent lives is unforgivable. To take your own is worse. Because your life is a gift. And I truly believe that God brought us here on earth not to hurt each other. It's to give us a chance to make the right choices, to love the way that that person deserves to be loved. And through making the mistakes, you learn. You learn what is love. What is love to you? It's deeper, isn't it? You know, I've come through a lot of realization in my journey, in many lifetimes, that my twin and I have gone through so many things, you know? It makes you question your whole existence. It makes you question, even at times when you're so down, it makes you question, why is this person even brought in my life? Why is this person in my life? And you guys can fill in the blanks for that, because again, every person's different. Even though you question yourselves constantly, why this? What's the purpose? Why is it this way? At the end of it all, how did it make you feel? That's the truth. How did it make you feel, and what did you do with how it made you feel. Because the purpose of that person that triggered you, who did you wrong, right? Who hurt you, however deep it may be, it's a trigger to help you come to realization that through how you felt about it, what did you do about it? Did you tell that person how you feel? Could you? Or maybe it was too deep that you just can't even utter the words because you know deep down it's gonna really hurt that person if you put a mirror in front of them and make them realize how they treated you was not right at all. And how they treated you was, yes, it was a mistake, an honest mistake, because they were not even aware of it, right? But when you tell them and you show them that mirror of who they were, how they were, and the choices that they made that hurt you, how do you cope with that? How do they cope with that? Does it end there? Why do karma repeat? Why do we take the families that we take in our past lives to this life and the next? Why is it when you're with somebody you just can't explain that, oh my God, I feel like I had deja vu. I feel like I've known this person for a long time, yet I can't remember why. I can't seem to pinpoint it. That's your soul telling you. This has repeated over and over again, and you still did not see the seed that you were supposed to see. Because how can you water a plant? How can you water a seed that you don't see, when that seed is the main purpose in order for something to grow, whatever that is? I am not a spiritual individual who talks to make others feel like idiots or stupid or less knowledgeable. No, I speak through my experiences. I speak through my own personal realizations as a divine feminine. And when a divine feminine opens their heart filled with compassion for anyone or anything, whether that be a belief of stopping hunger for children or those who are in need or humanitarian work, opening that heart to have compassion takes a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Because with great pain comes what? You can't just reach the top without going through the sand, without going through the rocks, the storms, the lightnings. And each instance is different. A lightning strike, a thunder, it makes you feel different things. It's not the same. Someone could shoot you or poke you. Are you gonna feel the same? Someone poking you with a needle compared to someone shooting you with a gun, the pain is different, correct? The meaning is different. It's like taking an offense to somebody who did you wrong. Each person has a different volume, a different, how do I say this, velocity in how they take pain, in however form that may be. And that's the purpose of karma, to realize that pain. And when you realize that pain, what was coming through your mind when you felt it? What did you do about it? How did you handle it? And did you let that person know they hurt you? And there's no turning back from that. You cannot undo. And this is what's unforgiving. Why is it that humanity is expected, or you would say hoped, to constant give forgiveness and to constantly be effortlessly compassionate? Because people who inflict pain, whether you know it or not, whether you knowingly know that you committed pain or you hurt somebody or not, whether if you didn't know that it was a mistake, or you whatever reason that may be, the whole point is you hurt that person. And it may not be deep to you. It may not feel deep to you. It may not feel or seem that it was that bad or that great to you, but it was for that person. Because you and that person are not at the same velocity. Because God did not create us to be alike. God created us to be who we are individually. And that's why there are angels. That's why there are demons. That's because they're there for a purpose. They were created for their purpose. They were created for their own unique way. And you may tell me, well, demons are demons, okay. But a demon is not an angel. So you cannot tell me that you and me are humans, but we're completely the same. No, we're not. So how I take pain is how you may take pain differently, because pain to you is different compared to me. Our tolerance for pain as human beings, as human souls, whether it be spiritual being or not, it's different. So what am I getting at? When someone says they hurt you and they apologize, did you? Did you accept the apology? Could you accept the apology? That's the question. Did you really accept the apology? And here's the thing, it's not so much here, because a lot of people think, oh, it's just the mind. You just, take a switch and you could forgive somebody just like that. No. Again, the pain that person felt is not the same pain as deep as with you. How you feel pain. What's great to me may not be great to you. To you, it may be nothing. To you, it may be just a tiny little thing that you could just turn the switch off, right? And be like, oh, it's just a small thing, a minor thing. I've done more things for you. I've done many more things for you. And for you to just judge that one pain that I gave you, I mean, come on, are you not being greedy? See, what they don't realize is them feeling that way is actually selfish. Why is it selfish? Because it's only in their best interest for you to forgive them, but for them not to fully be in your shoes, to feel the pain is what I'm saying. See, when a person, and this is why I don't just forgive, and every divine feminine is different. And humanity is so, there are human souls that are just so ignorant, They'd be like, no, just forgive. Yes, it's nice to forgive. Does that person, does that soul really deserve that forgiveness? Especially when it's been repeated many lifetimes? It makes you question, right? And that's why it bothers you deep down. Like you're constantly thinking, oh, I'm done with this. I've had enough. I've always dealt with the same thing over and over again. I'm fed up. When a soul or even a spirit reaches that point of total max where I'm fed up, I'm done, you could take no more. Basically, my cup is my cup. Your cup is your own. We may all be cups in the eyes of God, but my cup is mine. Yours is yours. And because of your sin, your mistake, your choice, your decision that hurt me, it filled my cup. And filling my cup has taken many lifetimes of pain, heartache, heartbreak, disappointment. You filled this cup, my cup of pain. You robbed me of the time that I cannot take back. The time that I don't deserve that pain. Whether it be I was a child, or whether it be a friend who treat me wrong, gossip behind my back, or people at work who do me wrong or misjudge me and they don't care how I feel, etc. These are situations that everybody would go through, right? But again, my cup is my cup. I would not inflict pain on myself, would I? Would you inflict pain on yourself? Of course not. But why do people do that? There are souls and spirits who inflict pain on themselves, not because they want to. Do you think people who commit suicide, they wanted to really commit suicide? No. You know why they committed suicide? It's because their cup is so full. And that was the cause of many people who filled their cup with pain. And that added on in every lifetime of reincarnation. That soul that did you wrong did not correct the mistake. But here's the question, how could they correct it? How? That's why I'm asking you, when someone did you wrong, what did you do? Did you tell them? And when you told them, what did they do? How did they feel? Did they tell you? Oh, I've done more. What is this one thing that you're telling me and giving me a hard time and giving me all this bullshit? You may even have a parent who tells you, I fed you, I raised you, I gave birth to you. Come on. That's not a lot? Or you may have a friend who will tell you, oh, when was the time? I've always been there for you, girl. I've always been there for you, bro. I've never left your side. Every time you're in need, you call me, I'm right there. I'm already there. No questions asked. I don't even ask you for nothing. I'm already there. But you're gonna give me all this shit for one thing. One thing. You know what they don't understand? Is that one thing was actually a big thing. That it filled the whole fucking cup. And you know what's selfish? They don't realize that. They don't even think about that. And others may say, well, isn't it selfish to even put that on somebody, that, oh, I did one thing, and that one thing, you know, isn't it? Like, you would actually think, right? Other people will even probably say, well, Aikz, isn't it selfish that we feel that way? Because it's normal for an empathic spiritual individual to feel that, you know? Like, well, isn't it selfish that, yeah, that one big thing that they did to me really hurt me? Like, of all the things, like, anyone could do, that really hurt me. And it's the one thing where I have a hard time forgiving. Up until today. Let me ask you, isn't it selfish to you to cut yourself short? It's no different. Isn't it selfish to you, to yourself? The one who I'm talking to in this video, you that's watching this. Isn't it selfish to you to disregard that for the sake of them? So what's really selfish here? No, when someone loves you, they don't question how you feel. They accept how you feel. And they take accountability with how they made you feel, regardless how they feel about it. Because they're the ones who inflicted pain on you. And it is your responsibility to acknowledge that pain and let it heal, and give yourself time to let it heal, with or without them even asking you for forgiveness. That's what's hard, right? And it's really difficult because a lot of people can't do that. Why do I say that? Why am I saying this? Because that's the whole purpose of karma. Forgive. But the question is, can you? Did you? Did you really? And you have to be really honest with yourself, you know? And a lot of people will just say, oh yeah, I forgive, I forget. Oh, I can forgive, but I can't forget. Really? There's a such thing as in between? It's pathetic. I mean, it's just saying, oh, I got this half of the pie, but I'm not going to account for the other. Are you kidding me? No, you hurt someone, period. You take accountability. Fully. You don't go to work and just accept half pay, do you? I mean, I find it ridiculous. Do you go to work just to accept half of your pay, like 50% of your pay, or do you accept the whole 100%? Aren't you not going to get pissed if the employer does not give you 100% of your pay when you worked 100% with your job? Come on, right? Let's be fucking real about it. And why am I frustrated about this? Is because of the fact that people find all these fucking useless excuses to justify their actions, and to justify that, oh, it was okay to me, not okay to you. And however you feel it's not okay, well, it's not as bad. Because to me, that's just one thing. I mean, gosh, if you're gonna hit me so rock bottom, if you're gonna pile all this load on me for just one thing that I did wrong to you, well, then you might as well count all the others that I did right, or I did wrong, or I did right. Is it really about counting? Is it really about measuring? No. When a person tells you that you hurt them, and it may not be as severe to you, but if you truly love that person, you will feel the pain. You're not even going to be able to speak. That's true love. You know why? Because when a person tells you, you hurt me, you don't have words. You get caught off guard. You don't have time to think. Because you feel it here in your heart. And you feel it so deep that the only thing you could do and wish is to go back in time to redo that mistake. Why do you think there are spirits who do not move on? Let me ask you that. To those who always have the fucking audacity to be like, oh, it's just one thing. Like, you're gonna disregard everything else? Why do you think spirits have a hard time moving on? Let me ask you guys that. Let me ask you, the viewer. What do you think? Why spirits have a hard time moving on from their home when they're dead? They're spirit now. But they stay in that house. You know why? As a divine feminine who specializes in spirits in general, and why I have so much respect for spirits is because I feel their pain. Because of this. That house that you were curious about, that house that you barged in to video record, is there a ghost in here? If you're here, move something, touch something, tell us to get out, say hi, tell us your name. That spirit who owns that house, that property, does not want to leave that property because of all the things that happened in their life. 90% was painful. But that house, the memories that you cannot take back, the memories that you cannot erase, even when you're dead. Those memories is the only thing that made them happy. Think about that the next time you decide to ever disregard how anyone feels when they tell you, because of you, you filled my cup with pain. And I don't deserve that. I deserved better. And God trusted you to give that to me, but you failed me. So yes, it is my decision if I want to forgive you. It is my decision what to do. And other people may judge me for that. But at the end of the day, it's my cup, not yours. Right? I hope this gives all of you a bigger, deeper understanding as to karma. Why it is needed, not to accept it, but why it is needed